Learn Logic Pro is proud to present Logic Pro 9 at learnlogicpro.com. Welcome to learnlogicpro.com. Today I'm going to show you how to take a drum loop and send it into the vocoder, or sidechaining into the vocoder. So here I've pulled a drum loop out of the loop library, the two-step funk beat 02, and I place it here on an audio track. Okay. So the first step in this process is once you bring the audio track, once you have the audio track here and you brought the loop in, on its output, you're going to select its output and you want to change that to bus 1. So we're going to go ahead and select that and put it into bus 1. Okay. Now, here I have the bus 1s turned off. Its output is off. Now, what that essentially means is you're not going to hear the drum loop dry. We're forcing it, just like sidechain compression, we're forcing it to go through the vocoder and only through the vocoder. So we will not hear the drum loop until we actually play some keys. Okay? So I'm going to leave this off for now. I'm going to show you what it sounds like with both, and it's a nice, you can do a really nice mix between the two. But here we've turned it off for now. The next step is to go into the onto the audio track, select the audio track, and let's go ahead and change the channel strip and insert the vocoder. So I'm going to insert the vocoder. Now when you pull the vocoder up, by default it's set to the basic default setting. And when you click on the presets here, you have synthesizer settings and vocoder settings. Now obviously, if you have a synthesizer, the vocoder is a synth. Essentially, the essence of the plugin is a synthesizer. It just so happens that instead of using the built-in sine wave or sawtooth as the oscillator, you're able to sidechain in vocals or whatever. Now, I prefer to use this product with drum loops and things like that for more experimental. So I'm going to choose this 5-band rough vocal. Select that. So here we are. So now next step is over on the right hand side of the plugin, sidechain. You want to change that to bus 1. So just to review, we've got a drum loop here that its audio output is defaulted to bus 1. On the bus, the output is turned off. We now have a vocoder that's record armed with the sidechain bus enabled to the specific bus that we've pumped in, and we've chosen the vocoder preset. So I'm going to press play here. Again, we shouldn't hear anything until I start to actually play keys. So the drum loop is playing and it's coming through the vocoder, but only until I press keys do you actually hear this. So let's check it out. I'm going to change the octave here and listen to see what we got here. So there we have an example of just playing some keys and some chords. You can also do a bass line, so I'm going to octave down here. And we're going to play a bass line with this same part using the drum loop as the oscillator. So let's have a listen here. Okay, so let's punch in. Play the next part. So you can see the example, and delete that. You can see the example of being able to play this. Now I'm going to take this drum part and I'm going to change the bus output. I'm going to change this back to output 1 and 2. So now what we essentially have is we're going to have both the vocoder part and the drum part playing at once. So I'm going to go ahead and mute this just so you can hear the drum playing by itself. Here we go. This is just a basic drum loop that's built in. It's an Apple loop. So I'm going to add now this vocoded part and play both at the same time. So there you get an example of both the drum part and the vocoding part playing at the same time, and I'm just kind of, freestyling here on the keyboard, but because of the rhythmic motion of the drum part being the oscillator, it really creates a very dancey, very upbeat sound. Now I'm going to go delete this here, and I'm going to do something a bit neat. I'm going to take the drum loop, play it, and then I'm going to play some parts on the keyboard, but I'm going to play, I'm going to record in keys and just add them one after another, and this is pretty neat sounding. There we go, and now I'll listen to this. Let's go ahead and quantize it properly. And there we go. Now obviously, as this is playing, you have all of the options of the vocoder. So there you go. And that's side chaining drum loops through the vocoder in Logic Pro 9 at LearnLogicPro.com. Check out all our videos at www.learnlogicpro.com. Learn Logic Pro is proud to present Logic Pro 9 at LearnLogicPro.com.